What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Agrarian Skies 2. Oh yeah. So guys, I've been doing some stuff off camera here. I've been trying to get our big reactor going, our power going, trying to charge up our energy cells over here. I haven't checked this for a minute. They might all be full. Yeah, looks like they are all full once again. So our big reactor over here, I went ahead and I cleaned up the torches and I put some glowstone nooks down below, hide all the lighting and all that stuff. On the side over here, I did put in an item duct that's piping in yellorium and an item duct that is retrieving the plutonium. So we don't have to really worry about stocking this, it's doing it automatically. I did put in a subfloor down here, or I guess a little basement floor or whatever. Down here, I put all of our yellorium into a deep storage unit. So this guy's got the 4,700 plus a stack that we have here. And then we just have a tesseract where the plutonium is being piped into. That's going back to our main base. So our plutonium supply right now, no, it's not plutonium. Cyanite, that's what it is. Our cyanite supply right now is at 94. So yeah, we've gone through a little bit of the stuff, powering our stuff up. And then, yeah, I put our tesseract down here for where the power's going. So yeah, that's the input and the output for the fuel, and the power is now coming through a resonant flux duct, and we just put the facade down there so we can't see any of that stuff. I think it looks a little bit nicer like this. I don't know, you guys let me know. But what I want to do today, now that we've seen that our battery supply down here is full, let's work on a way that we can turn off the big reactor automatically. We want to do that probably when... Well, what I'd like to do... Yeah, what I would like to do is have it so it turns on when our battery down here gets low. So whichever one of these sides is the last one to drain of power, I'd like a redstone signal coming out of that to tell our big reactor to turn on, start filling all of these up again. I don't think there's going to be a real easy way for us to do that in this mod pack. Now, what people are telling me is that we can use that redstone port, or red net port, I guess, this red net port from big reactors to do this for us, which sounds pretty cool. I've never used one of these things. Generally, when I try and set up the big reactor to be automatic to turn itself on and off again, we do computer craft. There's no computer craft in this pack, so we're going to do the other method. So this has got a lot of different things. We can tell it on these different colored channels for some specific thing. If we want to change the control rod insertion on the purple channel, like if this gets a signal, we can have it control all of them, and I guess set it to a specific level. I don't know. I haven't really messed with this stuff too much. What I'm concerned about though is its energy amount. So we'll put that like on the white channel. And what this is going to do is when the internal battery of the big reactor becomes full, like it is right now, when I think actually as soon as it starts getting a little bit of power in here, it'll emit a redstone signal. So that's kind of what we're looking for. So what we want is one of these to emit a redstone signal when that has power in there. And then we're going to want another one that will toggle the reactor on and off. Activates on level. Yeah, I think we're going to want this. So when it has power, when it emits a redstone signal, this will turn it off, and when there's no redstone signal, it'll turn it on. I think that's what we want. I haven't done this before. Just going through the interface, that's the only thing I can see that we need to do. Yeah, we got casing temperature, fuel mixture. There's a lot of different configuration options in here, but yeah, I think we're just going to be messing with the output and the input for the toggle and the energy amount. Okay, so I need to make another one of these. Red net port. Yeah, let's go and make one. Oh, we're missing a yellorium ingot. Oh my goodness. Okay, well that's the first thing. That's going to be a problem with keeping all of our fuel over here. But as long as we know about that, that'll be fine. We'll just keep like a stack or so in our ME system. Okay, so red net. Next start. There we go. Now we got two of these guys. Right, so I think what we need to do, and I think we're going to do it back here. I guess we could do it on the side. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe we'll do it on the side. Okay, so let us break this. We got to be quick, because if we break this, the resonant ender is going to flow out, and it's just going to be a mess. So break, place, break, and place. Okay. So there's 2 of those. Now this is turned back off, so we're draining power now. Let's go ahead and turn that back on for the time being. So what we wanted to do, like I was saying, is we want one of these that's going to output energy when the reactor has juice in there. And then we're going to need some of the red net cable. Some of this stuff. We're going to need a wrench. Let's grab a hammer. Guess we don't need this reactor glass anymore. Alright, so let's just take a look at this. Since I haven't really messed with this at all, I don't know how this thing works. Redstone dust, we can see a redstone signal coming off of this. Probably be a good idea. Now, does it send out the redstone signal at a certain distance? Or is it always on? Where's my hammer? It's right over here. Okay, so we need to do this one commit. So, yeah, the white channel will be sending out the power. Power 2, 3, 4. So it starts off at 15. Okay. What I want to see, let's go and turn this off. I want to see when this thing drains of power. Is it going to drain of power? Are we not using any power? Okay, there it goes. Yeah, when this thing drains of power, what I want to see is if that redstone signal gets weaker or if it's just a constant either on or off right here at the end. So let's wait for this to drain. We'll come back, take a look at this, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, so I waited until the big reactor drained of power. I actually wasn't even looking at this thing to see what happened, but yeah, the redstone signal is now off when this thing does not have any juice in there. So what we want to do is turn this thing back on. I think it's going to take a second for it to charge up our batteries, but I want to see if this redstone signal kind of gets, oh, it does get a little bit dimmer or brighter, doesn't it? Okay. Weird. So it's like the first 1 to 15% or something like that, it seems like. Yeah, it didn't all kick on at once. It started getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Okay, well, I guess that's good to know. So this one over here, let's set this thing to toggle reactor on and off. And then we want toggles activates on pulse, or we want activate on level. I am not sure which way we should do this, because if we activate on level, the reactor is going to be on when there's a redstone signal, and there's a redstone signal when there's power in the machine. So that's not what we want, right? We might have to invert that using a redstone torch or something. I tell you guys what, I'm going to go ahead and play around with this for a minute, see if I can get this thing to work the way I want it to, and we will be right back. Alright guys, so I got some stuff hooked up here. I'm not sure if I like it or not, but this is what we got going on. So this red net reactor port here emits a redstone signal when there is power inside of it, right? So when there's not power, we have a redstone torch here that turns on, and that sends a redstone signal over here, which turns this thing on. So anyway, the result for that is when this thing drops to 0, the reactor turns itself back on automatically, and then it fills up to about 2% or so, and then it turns itself back off. Well, this does kind of what I like. The problem is it's turning itself on and off like every 5 or 10 seconds or something like that. I'm not sure if I like that or not. I'm sure there's probably a better way to do this, but it doesn't seem like we have much control over this thing. It's like it's either on or off with a redstone signal, and this either is on or off with the redstone output. Yeah, there might be some better way to do this. I don't know. First time I've messed with this particular part of big reactors. Like I said, normally when I try and do this, I base it off computer craft, and you know, we turn on the reactor when like our battery drops down to 20%, and then we turn off the reactor when our battery goes up to like 80%. But yeah, since we're doing this only on the internal buffer and it's only going like 2%, it means that we're turning this on and off a lot. Like I said, I don't know if that's really inefficient or not. I mean, it's doing pretty much what we want it to do, so I guess we'll leave it for now. But if you guys have a better solution, let me know in the comments down below, because I would like this thing to be as efficient as possible. Another thing we'll probably do is run these redneck cables down below and have this torch and stuff underground so we don't see it. I don't know if the redneck cables work with the micro blocks or not, but I would like to have it, you know, all looking kind of like that. Cover, let's just see, because I'm actually not sure if the redneck cables work with the micro blocks. So can we stick this? Nope, they do not work with the micro blocks. Okay, so I don't know if there's a way we can do that and hide it and make it look nice or not, or if we have to deal with this, or if we can even do the rednet ports on the bottom. We might be able to. But anyway, I think we're going to move on from big reactors for now. This seems to be set up in such a way where we don't have to worry about it staying on and wasting power. It's going to be doing its thing. So our batteries over here are completely full. So the next thing is I want to come over back to our DNA. We need to turn this thing back on, hopefully for the last time. Flux duct. We need one of these guys. We do have some regular stone on us. Put that there. Stone goes here. Cover that up. Okay, so these things are all going to power back up, and we will make the rest of our liquid DNA. We're almost there. We had one bucket that filled up to 256. So as soon as this one fills up, we'll have 512. We only need 500, so we'll just let this thing go and fill up all the way, and we'll be able to complete that quest. But since we've been doing a lot of stuff since we set up the automatic chocolate milker, I think it's time to take a look back at that guy. Chocolate milk. We have 561 buckets. Is this thing still going? Or do we run out of buckets? I don't know. Let's find out. There's no buckets there. I bet this thing is done. Yeah, there's no more buckets in the system. Okay, so that thing will just sit here in idle until we need it again. I think what we need to do is make a QDS, a quest delivery system. This guy right here. Normally, these books have us make these things at the start, and it doesn't look like that was ever one of the quest items to make in this mod pack. If we do that, then uses our quest book. How do we make quest books? String and that. Okay, so we'll make another one of these guys, like so. What are we missing again? Planks? Let us make some planks. Okay. Oh, I guess it doesn't use the quest book. We get that back. Okay, cool. So quest delivery system. This is something that we want. We're also going to want an export bus. Let's make an export bus. And we're also going to want some of these acceleration cards. I think we need to make 4 more of those. So let's do that. So we have a total of 5 of those. So now we just need to set the quest delivery system. I think right there should be good for now. We'll go into our quest book and down to the For The Hoarding section, chocolate milk. We will select task and click it on there. So now this thing, the items that we input will go towards our chocolate milk quest. That's what we're looking for. So we want the export bus set right there. And chocolate milk is the item that we are looking for. Okay, so that'll start exporting all the chocolate milk into our quest for us automatically. We got 1, 2, 3. There was like 50 extra things of chocolate milk in here. I guess I'll just fill up my inventory so we save some of this stuff until that is done submitting. Yeah, we're still going to use more than what we needed to, but that's fine. We will go ahead and complete this quest real quick as soon as this thing speeds up all the way. Yeah, the thing about Applied Energistics, you put in all the acceleration cards, it still starts off really small, really slow. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it'll do one at a time every 5 seconds or so, and it speeds up over time as long as it still has work to do. So let's wait for this thing to finish up, and we will be right back. Alright guys, so I went ahead and I turned off the export item here, about 20 items before it finished, and then I used the rest of the stuff that was in my inventory. So we didn't waste any of that extra chocolate milk. Not that I really don't think that we have much use for this stuff other than making chocolate bars. We got about 80 buckets of the stuff left remaining, so I don't know what we're going to do with that. Let's go and get this export bus off of here and those cards back. Alright, good. We will save those for later. So yeah, that quest has now been completed. We submitted all 500 buckets of that. Let's claim our reward. And we get an epic reward bag, which is some essence berries. It's a rare reward, but we can get those pretty easily by sifting smooth stone, which we did earlier on in the series, so don't really need those at this point. We got plenty of those essence berry bushes. I don't know why those aren't stacking. They have a different damage value for some reason. Yeah, we got plenty of the concentrated essence berries remaining, so we can get experience whenever we want to. Okay, so back over here. Are we getting close on this? We're getting kind of close. So we're at 462 buckets or so. Yeah, I think we can go ahead and start submitting this stuff. So let's grab this guy. Start using our QDS again. So quest book, we want the B&A. This requires buckets. I think we can just go ahead and pipe in the stuff without having to submit the buckets. So let's grab a fluid duct. I'm pretty sure we can do this, hopefully. Hopefully we're not going to be wasting this stuff because that's requiring a lot of power and takes some time to get all that stuff done. Do that. This. Let's go ahead and make sure we have the quest selected before we do anything further. So we'll select this task and we will click that. So its B&A is now available on the QDS. So if we do this and we'll enable it and disable it real quick just to make sure. Okay, so it doesn't look like that has actually worked. I think it wants the buckets with it as well. Aha, so that's too bad. That is too bad because we piped in more than a bucket's worth. In fact, we piped in about, was that 3 buckets or so? Okay, I was hoping we'd just be able to submit the liquid form of this, but no, it wants the actual iron with it. So we will go ahead and, let's see, what's a good way to do this? Probably use an autonomous activator. Yeah, we'll do an autonomous activator, which will that charge up if that's like, or the charge pad? Does that charge up? No, it doesn't. Okay, that's too bad. I was hoping that we could kind of cheese that a little bit. What if I'm standing on top of this thing? No? All right. Yeah, so we will use the autonomous activator to right-click on the drum, I think, with some buckets in its inventory. So let's make some buckets. Okay, we have 2. We need some iron. Alright, so let's go ahead and make a whole lot of buckets. We'll put this right like so. Fill up its inventory with buckets. It's set to right click. Is that doing something? Okay, well it's doing something. It's it's using the bucket somewhere. But I don't know where it's putting the stuff, so it might just be deleting it. So maybe this doesn't work either. Oh my goodness, so many fails here. So if we break this, yeah, where is it putting the stuff? I don't know. No. So we can't do it that way either, which is too bad. So yeah, we can do it this way and that fills up our inventory. Maybe it was trying to fill up its inventory and it was full of buckets so it couldn't do that. Now I want to test that one more time just so I know. Let's put these liquid DNA buckets away. Autonomous activator. Let's grab this one more time. We'll do this in the name of science. Maybe waste a little bit more. Let's just put in like 2 buckets. What is it? Is it using it? Oh, that... No, that puts it back in. Okay, well, that's not really what I wanted to see happen here. So it takes a bucket and puts it back, takes a bucket, put it back. Can we put this stuff on the ground? Yeah, we can. What does this do to us? Anything? No potion effect? Okay. Yeah, I kind of feel like that was deleting buckets the way we were doing it before, and I think it deleted some of the BDNA. But anyway, let me go ahead and right-click on this stuff. I guess that's probably going to be... not the easiest way, but the fastest way to get this done. Let me go ahead and do this, and we'll be right back, guys. Okay, guys, so we went ahead and we have 500 buckets of the liquid DNA. I went ahead and I bucketed them all. So we got 500 of these guys now. So our liquid DNA machines are turned off, so we don't have to worry about that sucking so much power anymore. But yeah, let's go ahead and we need to export that. So we'll grab our export bus once again. We'll grab these acceleration cards and we will grab a bucket of liquid DNA. Make sure the quest, select task, B&A, okay. Yeah, and we'll do the same thing like we did before. We'll just go ahead and have this thing export those. We'll put the acceleration cards, do that. Let's take a look at the quest book to make sure things are happening. Yeah, we got 5, 6, okay, everything's going on. So between that last clip, I was messing around with our big reactors since I had some downtime waiting for the rest of the B&A to collect, and I made a change over here. I saw that there were reactor redstone ports, not just the rednet ports, there's the redstone port. So this gives us a little bit more control over what we want, so we can set it active while the power inside the reactor is above a certain percentage. Right now I have it set to 20, so we can kind of see this working. So yeah, this will turn on until it gets to 20%, then it turns itself back off, and then it drains back down until we get to 1% over here. Yeah, you can't really set this at 0. That's like the default, and if it's set to 0, nothing ever happens. So I set it to 1%. But anyway, when it drops down below 1%, it sends a redstone signal over to our rednet port, which turns the big reactor back on. So we'll see that here in just a second. When this thing drops down below 1%, it'll kick back on until we get to 20%. There we go. Now it is back on, and we are gaining... I did put these redstone torches here on the color-coded channel so I could see what was happening. You can see both torches are on, so there is no redstone signal. We reached 20%, so this one's now emitting a signal. You see the torch turn back off. And the settings here for the rednet port, we just have this activates on pulse on both of these. We have a purple channel and the white channel. I don't know if it's really necessary to separate them into two different ones, but I did just so we could kind of see what was happening here. But yeah, I think we are good to go. two redstone ports, one rednet port, and that's pretty much all we need to have this thing self-regulate. I will change this from 20% to 80%. There we go. So it has a larger buffer here that'll fill itself back up and will run off the internal energy buffer of the big reactor for longer. But yeah, I think that is pretty much what I wanted this thing to do. So it turns on, runs off the battery for a little while, and when it drops below a certain point, it'll turn itself back on. When this battery over here starts draining power, if we ever get to that point again, it'll just stay on for longer until the internal buffer over there reaches 80%, which I think is rather cool. I like it a lot. By the way, I did add in 4 more of these resonant energy cells on the bottom. I don't think I mentioned that before, but yeah, I think that is pretty much it. So how are we doing on this? Yeah, the liquid DNA buckets are complete, which is awesome. Let's go ahead and turn this thing back off. Go ahead and disconnect that guy. And guess we'll just put some of this extra stuff away for now. Okay, very good. So our quest book shows that this is now complete. Let's claim that reward. And we get an epic reward bag, which is obsidian totem, obsidian tile, and charged obsidian totem. That sounds like something that's pretty much Thaumcraft related. In fact, I know it is. But it says it's rare, 0.49% chance to get this reward. So that sounds pretty cool. I don't really know. I don't really know if these are useful or not. Maybe you guys can let me know down in the comments down below. Charged obsidian totem makes me think it has something to do with like a node in there or something. I really don't know. Alright guys, so I think we'll work on one more quest before we wrap things up here. So in our quest book under the applied energistics section, we still have this arcane crafting. Well, we made the arcane crafting terminal a while ago, but we never made the arcane assembler. So I was looking up the recipe for that. The assembler, the arcane assembler. So we need a molecular assembler, all these different shards, a balanced shard, and an iron-capped wooden wand, which we are given as one of our earlier quests, and we've moved on past it, so thank goodness we've kept it. So I have all of that laid out over here. Everything should be as it should be for this craft. Then I was looking at all these different aspects that we need, or I guess all the different essentia. So Aurum, Fabrico, Metallum. So this is pretty cool, trying to find out all this stuff. Aurum, you can just search for it, and you can see if you have it. Fabrico, we have over a stack of that. And Metallum is like our highest one. We got 1,000 of this. So what else did we need? The Permutatio, Tato, The magic. Yeah, I think it's probably easier to find the symbols. So we have 69 of that, 38 of that, which is enough of both of those. Vitreous, I think is how you say that. We don't have any of that. Okay, so I saw with one of these add-ons for NEI, you can actually search for the aspect in NEI, and you can right-click on it, and it'll show you all of the different things that contain this aspect. Now, I don't know if these are different things that are in the game that contain it, or only the things that you've scanned. But we can see there's a lot of different things in here. The little number on it indicates how many of each you get for smelting down one of these. So diamond has 4, the apatite has 3, etc., etc. There's a lot of different things in here that has that. Probably what we're going to do is use apatite. Yep, I think that's what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and grab that. We will grab 2 stacks, should be enough. We can put 32 in each one of our alchemical furnaces over here. We'll get this thing all smelting down. That'll go into our system. Yep, and we should get those, the essentia here, very quickly. Yeah, there we go. We already got 6 of that. How much did we need for this recipe? I can't even remember now. We needed 8, so we have more than enough at this point. Yep. All right, so we should be good to go to click this and start up this this craft. What? Why you no click? Can I not do it with this wand? Okay. Let me try our blood wand. No, still doesn't like that. So why not? We have the arcane, or I'm sorry, we have the molecular assembler. Yep, and then we have all the different shards around that we need. We have an iron-capped wooden wand. Fire, entropy, order. Fire, entropy, order. We have our balanced shard. Water and air. Water and earth, I mean. So balanced, water, earth, air. So we have all of this stuff, so why does this not clicky on? Try it again, maybe. No clicky on. Okay, so I'm not sure why that is not working. Yeah, we should have everything here. Maybe I haven't researched this particular thing. Let's go to the Commonomicon. Under Energistics. It's right here. That's the recipe. This is all the stuff that we needed. Molecular assembler. Huh. I don't have to shift right click it. Is that, am I just derping? Shift right click, no click. Well, I wanted to craft this thing up for you guys so we could knock that out, but apparently we can't craft this. Either the recipe's changed or there's something else preventing us from doing this. If you guys know what could be causing this problem, let me know in the comments down below. I'm really stumped. Never had this problem before. Yeah, that's really odd. Okay, well, tell you guys what, we were gonna do this craft. We were gonna complete that quest. Can't now for whatever reason. That's gonna do it for this episode of Agrarian Skies 2. If you liked the episode, hit the like button. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the support. But yep, that's all we got time for today. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.